This is the AI News Flash for July 27th, 3 p.m. UTC. So first up, Nvidia has announced a major investment in Safe Superintelligence, the startup led by former OpenAI chief scientist Ilya Sutskever. The company is valued at $32 billion. Since its founding in 2024, it has raised over $3 billion, with existing backers including Andreessen Horowitz, DST Global, Green Oaks, and Sequoia Capital. The size of Nvidia's investment was not disclosed, but the deal includes access to Nvidia's next-generation Vera Rubin computing platform, which is expected to increase Safe Superintelligence's compute capacity by an order of magnitude.
Sutskever said the company has research that is worthy of scaling up and that access to a big Nvidia computer will let them do so. Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang said he is excited to see what new breakthroughs Safe Superintelligence will discover powered by the Vera Rubin platform.
The startup has deliberately operated with minimal public disclosure, aiming not simply to scale models larger, but to build Safe Superintelligence itself. A research-only company with no announced product or revenue is now being handed compute at scale by the largest AI chipmaker, underscoring that the main battleground of scaling remains raw computing power. Next, hundreds of conversations shared through Anthropic's Claude were indexed by Google Search, exposing sensitive user information to anyone who searched for them. Claude includes a share feature that turns a conversation into a publicly accessible URL, commonly used to pass discussions to colleagues or clients. However, those share pages lacked effective controls to block search engine crawling, so the full contents of conversations became searchable. Reports say that simply running a site-restricted search against Claude's share domain let anyone read the contents without any link from the original owner. The exposed material included legal strategy discussions, engineering troubleshooting, proprietary code, and personal matters, with some cases reportedly containing API keys and other credentials. As of Sunday, the affected results had largely disappeared from search, suggesting Anthropic changed a backend setting or requested de-indexing. But removal from search does not undo the exposure. Previously issued share URLs remain live, and cached copies, archived pages, screenshots, and reposted links can keep the material accessible. The incident is a reminder that the sharing features of generative AI tools are themselves a data leakage path. Third, the Delaware Superior Court has denied Google's motion to dismiss a defamation lawsuit over its AI chatbot, allowing the case to proceed. The ruling came on July 24th from Judge Megan A. Adams. The plaintiff is conservative activist Robbie Starbuck, known for campaigns against corporate diversity programs targeting companies such as Walmart and Harley-Davidson. According to the complaint, Google's chatbot generated false claims that Starbuck was a child rapist and a serial sexual abuser convicted of assault, incorrectly linked him to white supremacist Richard Spencer, and even produced arguments supporting his execution. Starbuck has described these outputs as radioactive lies. Judge Adams wrote that the dispute has opened a new frontier for defamation law, in which artificial intelligence tools are employed to effectuate the defamatory ends of their makers. A case testing how far a provider is legally responsible for what its AI outputs is now headed to substantive proceedings. And finally, new orders for core capital goods in the United States rose 0.9% in June, beating expectations with AI-related spending again propping up the economy. Core capital goods, which exclude aircraft and defense, are treated as a leading indicator of business investment. The result topped the 0.8% forecast, and May was revised upward to a 1.9% gain. Shipments of core capital goods surged 1.9% in June, accelerating sharply from 0.2% in May. Within the data, orders for computers and electronic products climbed 3.1% in June, up from 1.2% in May. Total durable goods orders rebounded 0.3% after falling 4.0% in May. Economist Christopher Rupke of FWD Bond said the capital expenditures of corporate America are keeping the economy afloat despite caution in other sectors. Second quarter GDP growth is expected at an annualized 2.1%, with another quarter of double-digit growth anticipated for business equipment spending. AI infrastructure investment is now showing up in the macro data as a main pillar of growth. That's all for this AI News Flash.